It's the crystal episode.
Crystals.
Welcome to another episode of Goddess Hang.
Episode number, is it 10?
I think it's 10.
Episode number 10. Yay.
We're here. We're back at it. What's new with you, Juliet?
Oh my gosh. Well, Sadie, obviously.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm Sadie.
And I'm Juliet, obviously.
We're goddesses.
And yes, and so are you. And welcome to the Goddess family. This is going to be a very fun episode. What is new with me? Oh, I have been doing more medium readings and have been getting more and more spot on. So with time, it's just getting kind of crazier.
Yeah.
And I had one this week where somebody wanted to connect to a spouse who had passed away. And I said, they just keep telling me like an animal named Pepper. I just keep hearing, I'm picturing like a dog. They're just bringing up Pepper, the pet, and some other stuff too. And she said, our dog's name is Pepper. And I was like, okay, that's bizarre.
Spot on. Usually you can get like the letter or like
I was thinking maybe Petey or like
yeah.
Paw Friend.
Something that rhymes.
I guess nobody names their dog Paw Friend.
I'm gonna name my
Hashtag
next pet Paw Friend.
But she said, oh my God, the dog's name is Pepper. So it's always validating for not only them, but for us, because then it's like, okay, great, we're on the right path. So that's been so new. Cool. I'm trying to think of anything else like super exciting. You know what? It always comes to me like after you get into your thing. Mm-hmm. So you tell me what's new with you. Yeah.
Well, I spent the weekend in Phoenix, Arizona with Mr. Craig because he was headlining there, which was very exciting.
Yes.
A big famous guy. And so, okay, it was disappointing, but now we know for next time. So we were driving there and we stopped off to go to the bathroom at this exit called Quartzsite.
Okay.
Like quartz.
Oh,
crystal.
I heard like court side.
Yeah, quartz, like QUA, like literally quartz site.
Okay.
And we, as we're like driving to the gas station, there's like this huge warehouse building that you can go into that's called like Gem World. And there's all these other little ones. And then we noticed that also there's a bunch of like camper vans that all have all these tents set up. So there's like a mini crystal show going on while we're there. But we were on a time crunch because we left late and he had a show that night, so we couldn't go look at anything. So anticlimactic, I know. We couldn't go shop the crystals, but those big warehouse things are always there. So the next time we go to Arizona, I think we're going to go a day early or leave like really early for the Thursday show or whatever, so we can actually go.
Oh my gosh.
But it was very exciting.
I'm going to hide in the trunk.
Yeah, you can come along.
I'm going to come with.
The condo there that the comedy club has you stay in is super nice, and got to go in a hot tub and
fun. Just
relax, and it was vibey. It was
bougie.
Fun. So yeah, my big story of the week is that I saw a crystal show and didn't get to go.
When are you going back?
I don't know. He's like, obviously there was limited capacity, but he sold out like almost all the shows. So they'll invite him back soon, I imagine.
I had a dream last night. There were a lot of things going on in the dream. But one part was that he was performing for a huge audience.
Yeah.
Like just big. And they loved him. And I meant to tell you that.
She can see the future. Or the present day, really.
That's so Raven.
That's so Juliet.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, should we start singing again? Everyone will probably love that last episode.
Should I have tied this piece of hair up? It's just
I like it.
Having a party. Okay.
It's fun.
Then I'll leave it
alone.
alone.
With the princess vibe for some reason.
You know what they say? When the hair falls, it makes everything better.
And that concludes today's episode.
That's track 2 of our forthcoming album.
Oh my god. Then after you were were sending me all those videos and I was dying laughing. I was like, we have to get sweater vests.
I know.
And we need to link those videos. We haven't posted that episode.
Okay, we'll link
the videos in that episode.
Yes.
You guys will watch them all and let us know if you would like to see us doing more of that. Maybe not on the episodes themselves.
Somewhere else.
Somewhere else. A separate playlist on
Garth and Kat.
Yeah.
Sadie and
Jewel.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. So today's episode, if you're watching, you may have figured it out. If you're listening, perhaps not. But it's the crystal episode. Crystals. So we brought a collection of our favorite personal crystals. Mm-hmm. So we thought we would talk about what their properties are, why we love them, where we personally keep them. But I thought to start, we could talk about, for the people that haven't really gotten into crystal collecting yet, but you're like, I'm interested. Mm-hmm. Juliet, where do I start?
Where do you start?
How?
How do you start?
What do I do?
Oh my gosh. That's a great question, Sadie. What you do is you can go to a crystal store. Mm-hmm. You can look online. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people who sell crystals. Maybe down the road will be them too.
Yeah.
But until then, there's a lot of Instagrammers. There's a lot of Amazon sellers. There's a lot of stores in your community. Support a small business during this pandemic. You can go and you can see what calls out to you, whether you know anything about them or not. If you say, I don't know the story of any of these, but this one, I'm pointing to a red heart, this one calls my name. You will be surprised when you look up the meaning of that stone at how that's exactly what you need. So all you need really, if you are somebody who can see with your eyes, is your sight. Mm-hmm. If you are blind, you can just feel them. You can hold them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's so much feeling with crystals, and that's exactly right. It's so cool because we worked in a crystal store for a year together, and people would come in and they're just kind of in there because everything's pretty, and they're like, well, can I just pick something because it's pretty? I don't really know the meanings. And we're like, yeah, like, I'll tell you the meaning afterwards. And then their faces, when you would tell the meaning, they're like, oh, that's exactly what I need. But it's because crystals, just like everything in our world, have specific vibrations. And so they tune into what our vibration basically needs. So that's why crystals can be healing. That's why, a celestite has, celestite has like a calming vibration. So when you don't even know what you need, you'll look around, you'll say, oh, I like that. That's pretty. You'll hold on to it. It'll feel like yours. And then you learn what it means and you're like, holy shit, that's exactly what I need.
Yeah, I think with all of these in particular, these were crystals that when we picked them up, we did not want to put them down. And that's why we purchased them and brought them into our lives.
Yes.
You just sort of know. And if you're not at a place where you like pick up a rock and are like, I feel it, which is fine. Yeah. You can, like Sadie just said, you can look at it and you can say, that appeals to me visually. And that's enough. Don't be hard on yourself if, lightning doesn't strike on you when you pick up a crystal. There were many times when somebody would come in and they'd say, hold this, can you feel this? And I would say, no. And I really love them. So it's okay to just have something in you be drawn to a crystal. So that's a great place to just start from square one. Square two. No.
Now on to square two. Crap, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Let's just look at our crystals we have here and talk about them. If you're listening, we will describe what they look like, but you might also want to check out the
video is great. We also have crystal crowns on.
Oh, yes. Maybe we should address our outfits today.
I think we should.
So my crown is a gift from Flow It Out Creations. You know what? I'm going to get up close real quick.
Sadie's getting close. Woo!
Look at this.
Oh my gosh. Look at this citrine dream. the stone of abundance, which is perfect for Sadie.
Citrine is probably, you know, the crystals are like children. It's hard to pick a favorite, but oh my god, sorry. Everything's fine. Earthquake. Citrine's probably my favorite, and it was so sweet because this girl, Float Out Creations, she had messaged me and was like, so what's your favorite crystal? And I was like, oh, I don't know, I think citrine. And then she made me a citrine crown. And your crown there is, what do they call that? Aura.
Aqua Aura?
Aqua Aura, yeah.
I'll come close so you can see. I don't remember the exact handle. Is it?
It's Raven's Eye Crystal.
Raven's Eye Crystals.
Yes.
We love Raven's Eye Crystals.
And I know she listens to all the episodes.
Closer.
She's always tagging us.
Check out.
I love the moon detail on that. So cute.
Wow. I came in and I saw this as my crown for the day, and your girl was very excited. I'll show you. And these
yes, we have
crystal chokers, so to speak, are a gift from my boyfriend's grandmother, who will never watch this, but we'll shout out to Mamma Mia. Anyways,
I love it. So yes, thank you to those two and to Grandma. Thank you to those three for our outfits today. We'll tag them. We'll tag Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia Salazar.
You don't want to get twisted, and it's making this is going to be dramatic in the episode. Okay.
Just a lot of situating.
Everything's fine.
So let's get into what's on the table. This is going to be like sort of I don't know if you guys like watching QVC. I sort of do.
I love it. My mom was addicted to QVC for a little while.
Would she buy things, or would she? Okay. So your dad would be like, what is with this package?
Yeah, my dad was very chill.
That's
like
good.
Much respect to him.
Good.
Also, like my mom was a nurse that she worked like longer shifts, so she had more days off per week, you know, like you can do like 12s or whatever. So I think a lot of the packages came when she was home and dad was gone, because I remember coming home from like the mall and stuff, and she'd be like, only bring one bag in each, we'll get the rest later. And I do that now when Craig's here. I'm like, just grab the package really quick and hide it till later, open it when he's not around.
Oh, that's funny.
Because it's my money, he's not buying it, but like he gives me a hard time. He's like, quit shopping. I'm like, I got it from my mother. It's all crystals and shit anyways. He likes that stuff.
Oh my gosh. So it's like QVC today, except these particular ones are not for sale. But we might sell you on the idea of bringing a particular crystal into your home.
What is it?
Some knowledge.
Yeah.
Some knowledge and some connection. So what's that stunner closest to you? Sadie picks up a blue sparkly crystal.
I feel like we gotta try and get close.
It's iridescent. For those of you who are listening, as she moves it, it looks like there are northern lights trapped inside the crystal. And this is our good friend,
Labradorite. Labradorite is very magical, protective. I feel like it's the stone I turn to when I need to, like, what am I trying to say? Like, it's grounding, but also like lets you like lift up a little. Like that's like the magic in it, like that sort of mystical sort, like, can you articulate what I'm trying to say? You know, I love Labradorite.
Okay, so it is a very mystical, special stone. There are sort of folkloric stories that the Northern Lights were sort of placed in them. It's a truth revealer. So it helps you, discover, peel the layers away and discover truth in your own self and what other people might be telling you. And then it also is a really good stone for transformation. It's a good buddy to have with you if you are trying to do some quantum leaping, if you are just ready to make a big shift in your life. And look how Sadie flashes it. You guys, if you're listening, you're going to want to listen to the whole episode and then go home, stream it on your TV and watch it, because what a beauty. So we definitely recommend Labradorite.
I like to keep Labradorite. I have one on my altar, which is also my workspace. I like it. It's a great stone to meditate with that like transformation. And I actually like it, like my desk is my altar, but Craig usually has some on his desk too. I feel like it helps with creativity as well. Yeah. Where do you keep labradorite? Do you have some?
I don't have any labradorite. All the crystals that I have, I tend to be drawn to the lighter colors. And the things that you're drawn to will change over time, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So now I'm sort of feeling a pull towards that stone, but I didn't feel it up until now. But I've always thought it was beautiful.
Yeah, I think Craig was at first attracted to these. So I have 2 pieces that are pretty big. One's mine and one is his, technically. They're all ours now because we live together. But I think it's common for like men to be really attracted to labradorite initially. So I don't know if there's a masculine energy in it.
I think there is.
It's the darker color of it, but it's really, I see like when we were in the shop, like the little boys would grab it first. Even the older men, like they're like, what's this one?
And it's a great gift for somebody who has a lot of masculine energy in your life. If you're like, I want to get so-and-so a crystal, but I don't know where to begin. And they have a lot of masculine energy. Is there just
There's some rubbing in the background. I don't know if...
They probably won't be able to hear it. But yeah, it's gorgeous. So
you have 2 beautiful big pieces next to you. What are those, Juliet?
All right. So I'm now lifting a very giant tower, and it's light pink, and it is rose quartz. And this is a heavy boy. This is one that I stared at for about 3 weeks, and then I said, I need it. So I bought it. And also this rose quartz sphere, which I can pick up in a second too. So you may notice that they're in, Sadie will hold it. They have different shapes. And so for all crystals, if they are in a spherical shape, the energy is directed in all possible directions. So it's a great piece to have in maybe like the center of a room, or maybe like on a coffee table, or in a room where you just want the energy going everywhere. The points tend to point the direction up like a pillar of light. They both work beautifully. It just depends what you're drawn to. But rose quartz, and here, Sadie's going to pick up a raw piece.
I have a piece of, raw. Or rough.
Rough rose quartz, natural rose quartz. And by the way, this all is just formed in the earth. None of this stuff is dyed. Sometimes you will see dyed crystals, like the crystal in my crown. It is infused with gold, and that's why it turns this color. But this is all natural. Rose quartz is my favorite crystal. I connect with it very, very strongly. It is the crystal of love and compassion and self-love. It feels like a mother. It has such mother energy. Do you want to say anything about rose quartz?
Where do you like to keep your rose quartz?
These I keep in the bedroom. I have a big piece that looks like this raw one that's on the coffee table. If I could, I should say when I can. Someday, I want many of these. I am in the process of manifesting tons of rose quartz. I want it everywhere.
I want to line my shower inside of it with rose quartz. I keep rose quartz on both of our bedside tables, so we're like surrounded by it at night. Also, my altar where I have like love stuff going on. Like I have a bowl of dried rose petals from like the first time Craig gave me roses. There's rose quartz next to that to keep our love strong. We owe it to the crystals.
Oh, thank you, crystals.
And I have just like really tiny pieces everywhere. I have some in my bag, in my purse. I have some on my altar that I work on a lot. I have them like hidden everywhere because, like you said, it's like a mother's hug everywhere you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the big one just to show you how heavy. Okay, so this one's pretty heavy. This was one of my last purchases before I moved on from the store to do some other music projects and stuff. But crystals are so cool because they have rainbows all throughout them, and they're just so beautiful. And this was one of those ones where I just put my hand on it, and that was it. I was like, this has to come home. And the spheres are so nice because they're so smooth, and you feel like you're holding a magical crystal ball, which is always a good thing. So put rose quartz everywhere. If you don't know where to start and you look at all of them and you're like, nothing is pulling me in, just get rose quartz. Just start with that.
I think rose quartz is I think it's one of the most popular. Everyone wants a little rose quartz because it's just love, unconditional, pure love.
And it's good if you're trying to call in romance and bring more self-love to yourself, which, you can't get enough of. You can't get too much of that. So, all right, I'm going to gently return this crystal. I'm a little nervous. Okay, I did it. Please stay.
We're good.
Okay.
So the next one, let's talk about fluorite.
Fluorite is so pretty.
So this is rainbow fluorite. What's cool about fluorite is that you can find pieces. Here, I'll put it against the white. So my hand, I don't know. You can find pieces that are like all purple, like the tip here. You can find pieces that are all green. I like the mixed ones here. Show it up close.
So it's a sweet little tower, and it has purple on top, and it almost looks like it has little like chevron patterns of purple and green in the middle.
So fluorite is one of my favorite crystals. It's the healing crystal. I mean, technically they're all healing, but fluorite can be very physically, emotionally, mentally healing. It's very calming. It's great to meditate with if you're going through something that you need to heal from. But even like when I've had pain and I've just put it on like the spot and meditated with it and kind of imagined done like a visualization meditation with my fluorite of like its energy like seeping into that spot, I can feel a difference. And I keep fluorite all these crystals. I'm like, I keep them everywhere because I have so many.
Here's where to put them. Everywhere.
No, there's no right or wrong. It's really like where you feel you want it. So we again both have, you should see our bedside, we should do a bedside table insert because I have fluorite on both of our bedside tables as well, and I keep a small piece with me in my wallet.
That's a cool idea, though. We will insert photos of the crystals in their natural
habitat. Yeah.
Fluorites, when we worked with people one-on-one and they wanted something for particularly physical health ailments, fluorite seemed to really gravitate or bring people, they seem to gravitate to fluorite, and it seemed to, they come in these really soft, smooth slabs too, that you can place on different parts of your body. And it's a nice addition to whatever other, health measures you're taking. It's a nice little complementary thing that you can do.
Yeah, I've gifted fluorite to a few people going through cancer treatment and other more serious health issues. And of course, you don't just say, I have fluorite, I don't do anything else. But they said, while they were sitting through treatments and things like that, that having that fluorite with them felt so good, and they could really feel the energy in it. So that's a great gift for someone, that may be going through some sort of health issue, or if you yourself, great meditation crystal, or just to keep in your space. You don't have to meditate with it to get its benefits. What's your next favorite?
I want to talk about selenite. Selenite can be kind of underrated sometimes because it doesn't have a lot of sparkle. It doesn't have a lot of flash. This one is a pyramid, and it's all white. And selenite is I don't know if it's a form of or if it is just gypsum, but it's a very soft stone. You don't want to get it wet. You don't want to drop it. It will likely break. You want to be really gentle with it. But selenite clears energy, and it gets rid of all the negativity and all the negative energy. So I have one that looks sort of like a ruler, like a thick ruler. It's like a rectangular slab.
It's like a long, skinny slab. Yeah.
And you can sort of use it as a wand and just like rub it down your body and pretend that you're cutting any negativity off, any invisible cords of attachment to other people, anything yucky you overheard that day, just any weird residual feelings. I started doing that after having some, I don't even want to let it go. It feels so good. After having some just maybe like less than ideal encounters, and you do feel way better afterwards.
Yeah, I got Craig a small selenite, like actually carved like a knife, and then a fan of his sent him a big one. Ooh. But I don't know where it is. I was trying to find them. So There you go. You can get one shaped like a knife, and it's just kind of cool because it's so symbolic of literally, like cutting off the cords that are attached to you, cutting off those attachments to just less than ideal energy. Even if it's not negative energy, you still just pick up energy all day long. So it feels so good. I know now we're not leaving our houses as much, but when we used to be at work all day, or just out running errands, whatever, I'd always come home and do that. It feels so good. I have selenite in every room. Everywhere. I keep it in the corners of the rooms, by my like doorways. I don't know if this room has much. I should have it in here because guests come in here. But like, the front door has. Well, I think I stole that one from the desk. So this selenite belongs in here on the desk. I put them by the front door. I don't know if I have some by the back door actually. I used to, but it's good in like high travel areas to keep the energy clear.
Okay, that's a great suggestion.
Yeah.
I have 2 selenite lamps in the bedroom.
Nice.
One on the desk, one on my nightstand, and then I have that rectangular slab I was talking about. I keep that right next to my bed, and sometimes at night, at the end of the day, I'll lay it right on my chest and I'll listen to like a guided meditation or something, and that feels really good too.
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned it yet. One of the things is how to use crystals on your body, which we'll talk about. And the other thing is that there's a way to cleanse your crystals, but selenite never needs cleansing.
And it can cleanse your other crystals.
Yes.
So it's, like you said, it's like underrated because it's not as like sparkly. It's still very beautiful if you can get it in all sorts of carved pieces and stuff, but it's not the like sparkly crystal, but it's literally probably the most powerful because it can cleanse your other crystals. It can cleanse your space. And it's pretty cheap. You know, all these crystals have all different sorts of different price ranges depending on, just like diamonds or emeralds or whatever. Those are all crystals too. So selenite, there's an abundance of it, so it's rather cheap. So it is one of those things that's really easy to like go buy a bunch, so you have a piece for every room and a piece for your car and a piece for wherever.
I think the slab that I got was maybe $10, $12.
Yeah,
it wasn't anything crazy. So oh, I feel a sneeze coming. All right, it might happen, but you continue talking about what you like next.
Well, let's talk about my favorite crystal, my prized possession, citrine. What had happened?
Excuse me. I think my lash flew off with that one.
It's okay.
Is it
still
okay?
There.
All right. Sadie's on
I'm
lash
like fidgeting.
watch.
Your eyelashes are falling off. Everything's
one.
going great.
I love citrine.
Okay, I have to get close because this one has the most beautiful rainbows in it. But like we said, so citrine is my crown as well. And citrine is the ultimate abundance crystal. We love talking about abundance around here. So I'm going to let you say a little bit about it, and I'm going to lean forward.
So Sadie's going to lean in, and she's going to show off the rainbow inclusions in this crystal. Citrine is a stunner. Citrine is one of the pricier crystals because it is more rare. And this is a really nice quality one. Here's the rainbow. Oh, check out the rainbow. Citrine is great if you want to bring an abundance of anything into your life, opportunities, friendships, relationships, but especially money, honey. Citrine is like having an extra little coworker that works for you around the clock. We love citrine.
Yes, it's very much a worker crystal. Yeah, this is my prized possession. This is an actually expensive citrine. But I also have a lot of small pieces of it that, again, lower price point. So this is high quality because it's really clear and it's got those amazing rainbows in it. But there's like cloudier citrine.
Yes.
That will be a much more reasonable price point.
And this one, it has a little bit of like a honey color. They range from like a really warm honey color to like a brown, like a smokier citrine. These are the more valuable ones that have that honey look. They're just, I just think about them sometimes. They're so pretty.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're all obsessed with citrine at the shop. I have a small piece that I keep in my wallet next to my money. Like I always keep some cash in my wallet, so there's like citrine in that like energy with my money. I keep it in the abundance corner of my house, which is the the back left corner of your home.
Well, maybe we'll insert a picture of like a very rough feng shui.
Yeah, and there's two different schools of feng shui, and you can either do back left, or I think it's either the southwest or southeast. We'll put the correct one here. And I've moved a bunch, and I always just look at like the left corner and the other option, and I pick which one feels better for me. Because there's no right or wrong. You just say, this is my abundance corner, and then it'll work for you. That's it.
Yes. I have a citrine that's maybe more like this size. It's about half the size. Maybe actually less, like a quarter the size. I have that by my desk. It's good to keep somewhere also where you're going to be working and doing a lot of creative things.
Yes, it helps with creativity. Yeah.
Because each crystal connects to a different chakra, which is a whole other conversation, but just to sort of bullet point that. And it's typically done by color.
Yes.
So citrine is a yellowy color typically. And yellow is solar plexus.
Solar plexus, yes.
And that's where you have a lot of creativity, a lot of personal power, stuff like that. So, and that's why people go to rose quartz for love, because the heart chakra is pink and green.
Pink and green. Yeah, that's a great point. If you know about like your chakras and how certain ones need a little boost or are maybe overactive, it's literally by crystal. It's so cool. And it's because the colors have a frequency. So your chakras have certain frequencies, and that frequency is in the crystal. But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation, but I love how that all matches up. Yeah, that's citrine. That's my favorite. I have it on my desk. I have it in my wallet, in the abundance corner, and the altar. Craig and I both got stacks of $101 bills so that it looks like a lot of money. And then I have a bunch of citrine piled up on it on my part of my altar that's for money. I love that.
I remember seeing that and I thought, ooh.
Yeah. Cause I like, it's $100, but it looks like a lot because it's a big stack. Sometimes I put like $100 bill on top. So I think it's a bunch of hundreds, but I don't leave it like that if there's going to be company or something. Well, Juliet, she's always sticking my $100 bills. Me. No, if there's like, we have people in and out of our house with the podcasts. So don't always have it there, but hot tip. Get a bunch of ones and you'll feel rich. Yeah. What's your next favorite?
Okay. I want to talk about amethyst. Okay. Sadie has this stunning amethyst.
Yeah, this is my pride and joy. I say that about every crystal I know. This one I like to hold like a baby.
This one's a baby amethyst. I have a big one too. Oh, look at the love. Look at the love. You can't see it if you're listening, but she just held it to her chest like a baby. It literally is shaped like a little, well, maybe it's not like a...
It's kind of, yeah. Well,
you'll have to look.
I like it like this and pat its butt too. Like a baby.
So amethyst is the gorgeous purple crystal. It's probably one that you commonly see everywhere. If you're walking through a Home Goods, I'm certain they're selling amethyst.
Yeah.
It can be dyed sometimes, but this is natural. Amethyst is an adaptogen, which means it gives you what you need. So if you're feeling over anxious, over stimulated, it will calm you down. If you're feeling way too slow and need a boost, it will pick you up. It is the crystal that just knows what you need.
Yeah, this is one of those that if you're only gonna have one kind of crystal, there's a few that I would say, like we mentioned rose quartz, amethyst, obviously, because it helps with everything. It's also super protective. And yeah, this is actually the crystal that helped me most with anxiety, because I would hold it over where I feel anxiety in my chest when I have it. So it's different for everybody, but I found that that's how this one specifically helped me the most.
I remember I used to see Sadie when she was having a lot on her to-do list. That's how I'll say it. She would put her hands on the amethyst and like take some deep breaths, or she would have one hand on the amethyst and the other like doing stuff on the computer.
Yeah.
And I would never say like, wow, I see that thing you're doing, but I would like mentally take note. I was like, she's having a day.
The perks of working in a crystal store is like you could go out on the floor and grab something you needed for the day, and I just like have it in my lap, or like just be while I'm on the phone with some FedEx issue or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I played with this one at the store for a long time before I brought it home. So this one specifically, I'd just like hold it and like do my work.
Yeah, so amethyst is pretty. The only note for amethyst is don't put it in a spot where it's going to get blasted by sunlight every day, because the dark purple will start to fade into a light lavender, which is still pretty. But if you want to keep the integrity of the original color, just put it more in indirect sunlight.
Yeah, it can fade. Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay.
Oh, I do have amethyst.
Where do you keep yours?
It is a big piece from Home Goods, and it is in the living room.
Love it. Yeah, this one's in the living room on my altar there, and I have some small chunks kind of everywhere. Every crystal, I'm like, I have it everywhere. Very helpful, Sadie. I'm gonna talk about my celestite. This is one of my favorite crystals. It's rather delicate, like
I can bring it up while you talk about it.
So celestite is pale blue, which as you're looking at it, you may be like, wow, yeah, that's really calming. Celestite is a calming, tranquility crystal. I keep celestite. This is one where I can say I only have it in one spot, and I have it loaded up next to my bed. It is the bedtime crystal for me. What else about celestite? I just know it as my like calming queen.
She is definitely a calming queen. It's a lot of feminine energy in celestite. It's good to cool fiery emotions. So if you are someone who has big emotions, maybe that lean towards anger, celestite would be really helpful for you. A lot of therapists that would come in would put them in their offices, lawyers, anywhere where emotions might get high. So it's a really good, it's sort of like a little mediator crystal, kind of calms things down.
Yeah, and I love how they all some just crumbled off. See, delicate. It's okay, it's just from the bottom, but you have to be careful with them. But they form like this, and they're like little clouds, I feel like. They're so like light and airy.
They're very beautiful. I like celestite. I think I have like a little piece that broke off of wood.
That's my big piece. I have a couple small ones, but they're delicate, so they're not ones that you keep in your purse and stuff.
Right. Don't like toss it in your bag. It will come back as crumbs.
Yeah. That's one you don't drop. And I believe celestite also will fade in the sun, so it's not good for direct sunlight. And I don't think you want to put that one in water just because some of it's so crumbly.
And maybe also not in a room, like if you have a room where you want to work out and have tons of energy and get a lot of work done, unless it just there's crystals to help boost energy and there's crystals to help calm energy. And
it's not going to like make you tired, but it's going to chill you out.
Yeah. So it's good for, like what Sadie said, in the bedroom.
In the bedroom. What's the next one?
I want to talk about black tourmaline.
Yeah, and that one, you can get just black tourmaline or you can get black tourmaline with mica. So black tourmaline,
I'll bring it up.
Is very protective, and protective in like a very physical sense. Like you can I keep it at my doorways for robbers, and they're gonna walk in, they're gonna see that, and they'll be like, not this house. So that's what that's good for. It's just the sign to robbers. No, but it does put like a protective energy around you. What's really cool about the mica on that, so black tourmaline, if you're listening, it grows like a log. It's really cool. It looks like a log in a fireplace, and it's black. You might have guessed that from the name. And then mica sometimes grows on it, and mica is like this gold flaky material that grows on it, like glitter. Yeah. So mica, when it's on the black tourmaline, it has a way of protecting you in a way that when people put like judgments on you or negative energy towards you, the mica so the black tourmaline protects you from that energy, that judging, that negative stuff. The mica reflects it back onto that person in order to teach them a lesson. So it's like a very karmic crystal, I feel like.
It acts as the mica is like a mirror.
Exactly. And that's exactly what judgments are, which is so cool is like if I judge someone, I always stop and I go, okay, what about this is like something in me that it's like I'm judging someone on social media. It's like, oh, because I wish I could be that open or something like that, you know? So it's really interesting, and it does the job. It does what it needs to do in that situation.
I need black tourmaline. They come in huge logs, and they also come in little tiny pieces. You can have a crystal collection that fits in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
You can start there and you can end there. You know, it doesn't have to be massive, but once you get into it, it is fun to see them get bigger and bigger.
I started out with all ones, like small, like in the front here. And I have lots of small pieces of the black tourmaline with mica, but I got 2 big pieces because we have a front door and a back door. So
I love
they live there, you know, for the robbers. The robbers that are judging me. Let's see. Did you have anything else to add about black tourmaline?
It's just like a great protector. And if you work somewhere and you have coworkers who you're not getting along with, you can put some of that on your desk for some protection or put it in your doorway. These crystals can come with you to any environment where you need their support. It doesn't just have to be in your home. So that's my final thought on black tourmaline.
I think protective crystals are really good for in your car too. Yeah, I remember my car got broken into once, so it just made me feel better to put a small piece of black tourmaline in my car after that, because it's kind of, you know, it makes you feel like, ooh, someone was in here. Yeah. So I immediately bought black tourmaline and put a small piece in my car. Let's see. Let's do tiger's eye and pyrite together.
I love it.
Give you one. So I am holding pyrite. So we're doing these together because pyrite and tiger's eye are both also abundance crystals, much like citrine. I'm holding a pyrite tower. So pyrite is also called fool's gold, and you would probably recognize it. I don't know, like I feel like a lot of people our age remember, like in the mall, certain stores would have those like things you could dig through and pick out little stones. Did you have that?
Yeah, you put them in a bag.
Yeah, they had like velvet bags of different sizes, and pyrite was in there. So it sometimes grows in perfect cubes that is polished smooth, but you can see like all the little holes and stuff in it. So it grows in like clusters as well. And then tiger's eye is so pretty. It looks like a tiger's eye. Like, it's like...
How'd they name it?
I wonder how they named that. It's like dark brown to like almost like a honey color. It like ombres into that, and it's striped. Ooh. It's so pretty. So these are both abundance crystals. And I know tiger's eye is also, I believe, protective and helps with creativity. So I keep citrine, pyrite, and tiger's eye tiny pieces in my wallet. I have them in my abundance corner. I have them in other places in my altar. But yeah, they're abundance crystals if you're looking for more options.
The other thing I know about pyrite is, out of all the crystals, it is the most masculine. It has all the masculine energy. So if you want to harness that and pull some of that into your life, be a little more forward maybe.
Yeah, masculine energy. So regardless of, you know, who you are, male or female, we all have a balance of feminine and masculine energy. So our feminine energy is the energy that allows us to receive and be more like in flow, intuitive, creative. And our masculine energy is the hustle and the hard work and the take action energies. So if you are having trouble turning your creative ideas, the things your intuition is telling you to do, if you're having trouble taking action, then pyrite is a great crystal for you. That's a great point.
Totally.
It'll balance you out.
And I think tiger's eye probably leans more masculine as well. Let's talk about 2 very feminine stones to sort of counteract that, which would be the Larimar and the Moonstone. So we can start with the Moonstone. Okay. So Moonstone. You know what? Sadie can talk about it and I'll show you.
Okay, here, show my ring too. That one has a flash on the tip on one side, and this one has a nice rainbow in it.
Okay.
Okay, we're showing the moonstone. So moonstone, this is rainbow moonstone. Like she said, it's a very feminine energy. I feel like it's very goddess-like. So maybe it's the one of the sponsored crystals of Goddess Hangs. I keep it by my bedside, and I wear a piece of moonstone because I feel like, just like how we just mentioned, it really helps that balance of, I think I get into these really drastic swings of like in my masculine energy of like work and not slowing down, and the feminine balance there helps me to slow down a little bit and remember like, okay, like it's okay to just relax, let that hard work pay off, appreciate it, get back in flow. Also, I think it's a great stone to meditate with or wear or work with for self-love as like someone with a dominant feminine energy, so female or other, that you've embraced the more feminine energy, because it's like, I think it just helps you feel in flow with like femininity. For me, it puts me more in touch with my body, I feel like.
And on that note, it's great for balancing the emotions, balancing hormones. It's a very feminine stone, because our bodies in so many ways are in tune with the moon, and like we're on, approximately the same cycle as the moon.
I'm literally on the cycle. On the new moon, I get my cycle every time.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Mine tends to be opposite, but it's never
a lot
exact.
of women are new moon or full moon.
Yeah,
it's cool.
But yeah, moonstone is a great companion. And it's so dreamy, and it's such a creative, it's just a beautiful, beautiful stone. And it looks like it's from the moon. It's not, but it looks like it is.
Like the moon. Hence moonstone.
And then, would you like to show off Larimar?
Yes, I have a Larimar ring and a Larimar stone.
So Sadie has a gorgeous Larimar ring, which she'll tell you the story of. It's a very special ring to her. She has a Larimar bracelet.
Oh, I do. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah. This is citrine.
And she's holding a Larimar palm stone. Larimars are only found, I think, in the Dominican Republic. It is a really rare, beautiful stone. It is the stone of the goddess.
Yeah.
So actually, maybe Larimar is the sponsored stone of Goddess Hangs.
Larimar and Moonstone. So yeah, Larimar is exceptionally special to me because the Larimar ring I showed you was my mom's, who has passed away. And I would always joke with her. I was like, I'm going to steal that ring from you, because I was always obsessed with it. So it's really special that I get to wear it now. And it has a really cool little like leaf pattern in it. And I remember I was with her. We were on vacation in Florida, and we were looking at tons of different ones, and we settled on this one because of the stone itself. So Larimar, and actually when I had a reading with Megan, she was like, there's some stone, your mom said she gave you a stone, and I was like, it's the Larimar. So she's definitely, her energy's infused with it. And then to learn later on, we didn't know what it meant. We just liked the stone, that it's like this goddess feminine energy, and to have that from my mom. And then that one, actually, when we were talking about the breath work, back in those episodes, go listen to it. And I dreamt the night after breath work about a specific Larimar stone that I was meant to have. And this is when we were working at the crystal store. So I got there, and I was like maniacally going through every, because we had a bunch of those palm stones. We had just gotten all of the shipment from the latest crystal show, and we hadn't had a lot of Larimar before that, and we got all that in. And I dreamt of that exact one, and I hadn't seen it before, because I remember the little divots in it. So I slept with it under my pillow for a long time, and I would have really interesting dreams. And now I just sleep with it on my bedside, because every time Craig makes the bed, he like shakes the pillows, and it
You're like, let's not break the dream stone.
Yeah. So Larimar, very goddess. I feel like it brought a lot of strength to me, and creativity, and like courage to be more me, like embrace my goddess energy. I feel like that's how I've worked with it. Yeah.
I love it.
Larimar and citrine are probably my two very favorite crystals. And it's also very cool that, like you said, it's a more rare crystal because it is only found in one place. And it is, I think either someone discovered it and like their daughter or their partner was named Lara or something, or the person herself.
I didn't know that.
So it's like Lara or Lara of the sea because it's found in like the sea.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So it's just like an all around really beautiful stone.
I love a crystal fairy tale.
Yes.
We only have a few more to show you guys. We have rudolite, quartz, shungite, amazonite, and carnelian.
Carnelian, yeah.
Which ones are calling out to you?
Let's talk about shungite. It's so interesting. Yeah, you grab it.
Okay.
So shungite is a black crystal. It does give off dust. After a while it stops, after you have it for a while. But so shungite is all the black crystals are going to be very protective. So if you want protection, any black crystal will work. But shungite, it's actually not technically a crystal from this earth. It's from a meteor, right?
Really? I thought that was
Moldavite is that too.
Oh, they're both from a meteor?
I think so. Or maybe that's wrong, but it's found in this area in Russia. It's named after the town. It's like
yes, it is from because Moldavite is from like Moldova, which is
shungite, I think too. I'm gonna look it up.
We're gonna do a quick double check.
But shungite is an EMF blocker, electromagnetic field. So it's the protection is like this very specific protection around, and electromagnetic EMF waves are from your Wi-Fi, from cell service. It's all around you, and it's nothing to be like scared of, but they found like it's not great for us humans. I think it has a lot to do with like some of the anxiety we all feel and sort of the like fuzzy brain. So shungite is great because it doesn't interrupt your signal if you put it on something. They sell like stickers you can put on your phone. I put a piece I took it, but there's always a piece in front of my Wi-Fi router. And I keep some on my bedside in between me and my phone at night. But it's... Sorry, I'm trying to look up and
That's okay. You look it up. I was... Suspicious is not the right word, but I was like, could it really do that? Is that really a thing? And then I was watching all these YouTube videos of people who had that EMF... I don't know if the word is radar. It was a machine that detected how many EMF were in the air. And they would put shungite in front of between the computer and the radar, or between the phone or the Wi-Fi thing and the radar, and it would hugely decrease. I was actually blown away. So there's something about it that really does block stuff. And with 5G, I'm not actively worried about it, but if you find yourself starting to feel more anxious in certain environments or on certain devices, you could try playing with shungite and see if that makes a difference for you, or put it by your Wi-Fi router. Yeah,
I have a shungite bracelet I used to wear, and I'd wear it on my hand that my phone is most often in. You can kind of play around with what works for you. So I haven't found if it's from a meteor or if it's a stone, but it is from Shunga, a village in Karelia, Russia.
Ah.
Now I have to look up if it's a meteor.
Lots to learn. While Sadie's looking that up, I will talk a little bit about Amazonite, which is such a pretty color. Here it is. I'm not going to bring it too close because it's nothing exciting. It's just a raw stone. This one actually was from a candle and it melted all the way down, and this was inside of it. I also have a bracelet that's Amazonite that I am wearing. It's such a pretty color. So you can see it's like this deep turquoise, and Amazonite also is protective with EMFs. That's sort of its main function, really. So I keep this by my computer. It does some other things too, of course. I just don't know them off the top of my head.
Amazonite. Oh, I remember. Amazonite can help you find something that's lost.
Oh.
Because we lost something in this store something very expensive, and we were all panicking. And I meditated with the Amazonite, and I knew exactly where to go, and I had checked that spot 25 freaking times, and it was just there, but like, you know, the rings were on magnets. It had magneted. Were you there that day?
I heard about it. I don't think I was there.
It had magneted itself up into the very back corner of the safe, and I had checked the safe 800 times. And I knew. I just like went back there and reached for it. It was so crazy. That's my Amazonite experience.
A good way to remember that is the Amazon website helps you find what you're looking for.
There you go.
So
this crystal was named after Amazon.com. No, it wasn't.
It was not.
So shungite was made when a meteor collided with the earth, and it's like a combination.
Oh, I love that.
It like formed like with sedimentary rock.
Love it.
And the meteor stuff. So it's like a combination. Yeah, that's shungite. Yeah, and then what is your rutilated quartz?
So the rutilated quartz is very cool. Sadie's going to show it up close. It looks like there's glitter or lightning inside. It's very cool. It's called rutilated quartz because the pieces inside are called the rutile. That's what those lines are. And what rutilated quartz helps you to do is it really helps you to manifest. That crystal called out to me because when the sunlight shines through it, it looks so unbelievably unreal. It looks so magical. I had to have it. And it looks like a different crystal when the sun shines through it with all the rutile inside. But what you do is you imagine that everything you want to manifest is being it's like shot out into the universe in all the directions that all the lines within are going. So it's a great manifestation companion.
I love that. What crystals are you always wearing on your body?
On my body. Okay. On my left hand today, and I mix these up, I have aquamarine, I have rose quartz, Larimar, and Amazonite. The aquamarine is the one we haven't talked about, and that one's good for courage, and it's the mermaid stone, and it helps you sort of go through like big rough waves of life with a calm demeanor. And then on this hand, I have a green fluorite. I have Palo Santo and frankincense, which are not crystals. One is a wood, one is a tree resin, and then I have aventurine, which helps you to be kind of like bold and brave, and it's a good luck. It's a really good luck, good fortune. And then around my neck, I always have a diamond, and diamonds are amplifiers. So anything that it's good to pair a diamond with another stone if you want to amplify that stone. Yeah. I have a diamond ring, and then this one has amethyst, topaz, peridot, citrine, and garnet.
Wow.
So I'm all about as many as possible. What about you?
Yeah, I have a citrine on my pinky. Maybe we'll post pictures of my hand or something so you can see up close. I have a small citrine on my pinky, the moonstone we showed you, diamonds. I have peridot, which is my birthstone, my Larimar, and then this one is actually a tiny emerald.
Oh, gorgeous.
I always joke it's the world's tiniest emerald. You can tell in the sun. I also have an emerald around my neck. That one's just gold and silver. This is moldavite. So moldavite is another one that we said it's not actually a crystal formed in the earth. It's from a meteor. But they say it's like a telephone line to the higher realms. So I like to wear it because we're doing readings and I like to meditate and connect a lot. So I also have a small chunk that I'll hold. But it like amplifies your connection and makes your connection clearer. And then I have a little rose quartz moon. That is from Raven's Eye Crystal.
Oh my gosh, pretty.
And then this is moonstone on the top and lapis lazuli on the bottom.
That's a good third eye opener.
Yeah,
psychic eye opener.
That. Yeah.
I love it.
What else? Oh, my bracelets. I usually wear these. Larimar, citrine, labradorite, and then this is jade, and I know jade is good for Virgos and it's good for abundance, and I don't know what else, but I got it because I heard it was a Virgo stone.
I can't think of, I feel like jade is, I don't know why the word purifying just came into my head. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of garnet. Garnet's the purifier. Garnet's the fierce purifier, the green garnet. Anyways, yeah. So, the last one.
Oh, we have one. Oh yeah, carnelian. Carnelian is hella root chakra. So carnelian, look at the bottom of the heart where there's little stripies. Yeah, that's my favorite part. Like perfectly straight lines. It's so cool. I know carnelian is really grounding. So if you are someone who kind of lives with their heads in the cloud, which is a beautiful thing, but you need to come back down to earth, sometimes carnelian is great. I find that it helps me with creativity. And those are the main things that I know about it. It's not one I have the most knowledge about, but I am obsessed with it.
It's so beautiful. I have one at home that I almost brought that is almost as bright orange as the salt lamp. It's so pretty. And carnelian is good for like vitality. They say like sexual energy. It's just like you said, like root chakra, but it's just like life force energy, really.
Yeah.
It's good if you really need to sort of, in the way that we talked about how celestite will sort of calm and quiet you down, a carnelian will sort of shake and wake you up.
Yeah.
So they all have a different job, and it's so cute. I almost feel like they're all just so happy to be shown off.
I had fun because, like I said before in other episodes, I think I was like the display girl at the crystal store. And so it was fun for me to make a little display again.
Yeah, well, you did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
And I used to do sales, and that's when I realized how much I really love selling and connecting with people. I had no sales experience before that job, and I remember when I was hired, I said, I'll learn. And it worked. So
you were always the top in sales every month.
I did pretty good in sales. I think I just remembered everybody's name, and I have a very specific memory for names, faces. I've even taken one of those tests that says like, are you one of those people that never forgets a face? And I've like done all these and the answer was yes, which I already knew. And I remember like, oh my gosh, like, how's your mother-in-law? And did she like the one thing that and then they would just be like, oh my God, you know who I am.
Yeah. I can remember faces, but I don't ever remember the names attached. I'll be like, oh, I remember you. And I would always remember what somebody bought at other jobs. I didn't sell at this jobs, but sometimes I'd remember. But names don't stick in my head. I panic when it's time for names. I'm like, my name's this, what's yours? And then I'm panicking that I'm not going to remember, so I forget to listen.
You're like, oh, what was it?
Sadie, make sure you pay attention. Okay, you got this. Oh, she said it. I missed it.
My favorite line, if I've already met somebody, I say, tell me your name again.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
a nice way of saying I forgot your name.
Hey, I wasn't listening. What was it?
I was panicking.
I looked at you and it just went in and out my ears.
So one last thing I want to touch on before we finish up the episode is that, so your crystals have energy and they hold on to energy. So we kind of talked about it a little, but you want to cleanse your crystals and you also want to charge your crystals. Ooh. So there are a few ways you can cleanse crystals. One of them is literally giving them like a bath in water. But you have to be very careful, know what your crystals are, look them up, make sure that they're not going to, like, selenite will literally dissolve in water and other ones can break apart, lose their color, different things. So be careful with water. You can also just put like salt in a bowl and set your crystals in the bowl of salt because salt absorbs energy. Then don't use that salt. Throw away the salt.
Yes.
You can use your selenite. So like how Juliet was saying, she has a slab of selenite. I imagine sometimes you put your small crystals on that to cleanse and charge them.
Or my jewelry. You can put anything that you have on your body.
Yeah, I should have brought some in. I have selenite bowls that I keep all my jewelry in. So it always cleanses and recharges them every day. What are other ways? You can smoke cleanse them. You can go with your sage or your Palo Santo or whatever you use. You can visualize, use your energy to cleanse them.
You can play music, like energy clearing music. Go on YouTube.
Yeah. And then to charge them, selenite will charge them. New moon, the sun's or the moonlight's not really there, even though I like to like still kind of put them in the windowsill to get the energy, but full moons they get the moonlight and that's very charging.
The sun also will charge them.
The sun too, but
just be careful it's not one that will fade.
I mean, if you put your amethyst in the sun for one day to charge it one day once a month, it'll be fine, but over time it will.
Right.
Use your judgment. Yeah, Yeah. So you kind of take care of them like little babies.
It's very fun if you're someone who wants to have a collection and care for things, but you maybe can't have a pet at this time, or like plants might be intimidating. I have one plant that is being a little high maintenance right now, and I just want her to be happy, and she's not, and I don't understand it. So if you're somebody who's like, I'm not dealing with that, crystals are amazing because they are rewarding. They do feel good in your home, and they just sit there. You don't really have, other than maybe charging and cleansing if you choose to do that, which we suggest. I
also think just giving them a little dust, dust your crystals.
Yeah.
That cleanses them. Oh my God, I keep losing my train of thought. You just said something, so I thought of something.
I talked about plants and a high maintenance plant.
Oh, I wanted to mention this. So sometimes in the shop, people would be like, my crystal broke. What do I do?
Oh.
Something I like to do. So it's really cool when a crystal breaks. You bought it at a time that you may not be like aware of it or not, but you were in the midst of a cycle or beginning a cycle, and a crystal breaking can be very symbolic that like you're finished, like you've achieved something, you finished something. Especially if you kind of look at like, did I crack my rose quartz in half? Did I just heal from something in terms of self-love or romantic or some sort of relationship? But I like to put the broken crystals in my garden, in my plants. I'll put little shards like in the dirt.
I love that.
Because I think it makes the plants happy, and you don't need broken crystal pieces around. That's kind of weird. And
may be dangerous if it's sharp.
Yeah. So I like to just pop them in the planters or in the earth outside, and that's a good way to recycle your broken crystals. And
know that crystal has done its job for you.
Yes. And
you can now invest in a beautiful new one. And sometimes crystals, there was something we heard and learned that was sometimes crystals take a hit, so you don't have to. So you could just say thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
It's like
thank you for your
cycle.
Service.
It's sad, but it's rewarding. I think it's exciting when a crystal breaks. I'm like, oh, thank you.
I'm like, yeah, it's really exciting. I'm like, to bubble wrap mine.
Not these. Yeah. I think that's it. That's the crystal episode. Let us know if you guys have questions, because we can totally do we could hop on live and do a little Q&A the week that this is up.
I think
we love talking about crystals, so
I think this could be an ongoing series over time.
Yeah. We grow our collections.
Totally. Like we can share new ones. We can answer all your questions. We can think. I'm sure the second we stop recording, we'll be like, oh, we didn't talk about such and such. So
it's an endless. There's so much we could talk about. What is your favorite crystal?
What's your favorite crystal?
If you don't have one, but you could have any of these, which one would you pick? What was your favorite crystal from today? What were you drawn to the most? I'm curious to hear.
Let us know.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a review.
Screenshot that review before you press submit and email us, goddesshangs@gmail.com, and say, hey, ladies, I left a review, and you're going to be put in a drawing to win a dual psychic reading from both of us.
That's not even a real offer. So this is like a once in a life. Like, we don't sell this. Is what I mean. So this is, and if we did, what do you think the value would be? Like,
at least $300.
Yeah.
Probably much more.
Yeah. So this is insane, you guys. You're going to be the first one ever to get a dual reading.
I know. And your odds are pretty good right now because we're still like a growing baby podcast. So I would not let this opportunity slip by.
And we'll be doing more giveaways as we grow and we reach milestones. So make sure you share with your friends, because as we reach certain numbers of subscribers and listens and things like that, we're going to do more fun stuff like this. So if you want giveaways, help us out a little.
Please.
Leave a review.
You help us, we help you.
Yes. Subscribe. Share with a friend. Follow us on Instagram. We are at Goddess Hangs.
And we're very active on that account. Like, we reply to every comment. We want you to join our Goddess Circle.
Yes. And I am Sadie Olson.
I'm at Juliet.Piper.
We'll see you there. Bye.